If you own a 5th gen 4Runner and your radio kind of looks something like this, but you need something just a little bit bigger, maybe you need some wireless connectivities like Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you're gonna wanna stay tuned in today's video because we are upgrading the screen and full radio system in my brother's 4Runner today with this Dasaita radio. This thing is gonna be a massive improvement over that Toyota factory radio. Stay tuned, we're pulling this thing out, we're putting the new Dasaita in, and we're gonna go over all the features that the new radio has to offer. What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. If you're new here, my name is Chris. We're mixing it up today as we've done multiple times before, but behind me, instead of my Tacoma, we have the 4Runner here. This is my brother's 2018 Toyota 4Runner. And like you guys saw in the intro, we are swapping out that factory radio and we are putting a big upgrade in the radio here today. We're gonna be getting a much larger touchscreen with many added benefits and features that factory radio just doesn't have. If you're new to my channel and you have not seen my videos before, if you're interested in mostly Tacoma mods and installs, sometimes we pull some 4Runners in here. And I also like to do camping gear, overland gear, anything that's kind of off-road related. So if you're interested in any video like that, you're gonna wanna consider subscribing to the channel so you can see all the future videos I make. So a few videos back, I did an install of a Tacoma radio on one of my buddy's trucks. The same exact radio, but for the Tacoma. And now today we are doing the G13 by Dasaita. And this is gonna be the 4Runner radio for the 5th gen 4Runner. It is a 9-inch radio, so just a little bit smaller than that 11-inch we put in Justin's truck, but it's gonna have pretty much all the same features as that Tacoma radio. And this thing's gonna be a huge upgrade. Like I said, after we get the install done, throw this thing in the 4Runner, we're gonna go over all the features, what this thing looks like, how it functions, and talk about the specs and details you guys are gonna wanna know if you're looking at upgrading your radio and getting this unit. But first, let's dig into the install. We have everything here that we need to make the install possible. We have some brackets that will help adapt this radio to the factory setup. You have multiple different wire harnesses depending on your year, your trim, all that kind of stuff, but the paperwork that Dasaita sends you will explain everything you need to know for that. We have the one set up here for the specific 5th gen 4Runner. All these others get put aside and don't get used. And then we have a whole bunch of accessories here. There's gonna be antennas in here for the GPS. There's an external microphone if you wanna use it. You don't have to plug in the microphone if you don't want to, because there is a built-in microphone somewhere on the unit here. There's usually a little hole, but I can't, oh, right here, microphone, just below that map button. So this will be for your Bluetooth phone calls and all that. You can use that just fine. Or if you want to add the additional one, completely up to you. I typically, on these radio installs, if they have a built-in mic, I don't add that additional microphone. I don't really see any reason to do it. So we're gonna jump into the 4Runner. We're gonna pull all that factory radio out and then show you how simple it is to add this thing to the 4Runner. There are these two big silver trim pieces where your AC knobs are at, and those just pull off as simple as you saw Nick did there. So this AC unit, you'll just pull that out exactly as easy as that. So once we pull this AC unit out, you can just kind of let it sit here. That should be fine where it's at. As soon as you get the AC controls pulled out here, that gives you access to the 4 silver 10mm bolts that are holding the radio unit in. Once you pull those bolts out, we'll be able to pull this whole entire piece out. But just be gentle because there are a whole bunch of wires attached to the back of it. You don't want to damage any of those wires. So you just need to pinch them and disconnect all of these wires so we can pull the factory radio out. Once you have all the wires disconnected, that radio will now be able to be pulled out of the vehicle. We have to swap over the AC vents, the hazard button, all of these accessories at the top to the new radio. So with both radios here on the bench, we already kind of got started on it, but like I mentioned, inside the 4Runner, you have to take out both the air vents. You pop out the hazard button here, and all of these are just kind of held in, just kind of with some plastic snaps. They just all pop out, no tools or hardware. And then if we take the factory radio on the back side, there were metal brackets on the sides of the radio here. Those need to be unbolted. We're not reusing these, but there was hardware that came off of those brackets. We're gonna be reusing this hardware to attach the new upgraded brackets from Dasaita Those are gonna get attached to the back sides of this new radio so we can attach it, or we can install it into the 4Runner. Dasaita nicely also includes brand new plastic clips in all of your hardware packaging. You're gonna wanna take these yellow clips and put them on all the same exact spots you see here from the factory radio. That will help this thing fit nice and snug inside the 4Runner. Now that we have everything swapped over, and I wasn't really ever paying attention, but all the accents on this radio were all black. So now that everything is on the Dasaita radio, you can see the difference. The black on black, I think looks really good. We're gonna swap over the two air vents, the hazard button, those both just pop out. One thing we almost forgot about, didn't even realize it, there's a tray up on top here for you to, I don't know, set your cell phone on or whatever that might be for. You have to swap this over. And on the back side, we talked about it, all of those yellow clips that need to be swapped over. And one last thing you don't wanna forget, this black cable that plugs into the back of the hazard button. If you don't swap that over, you will have no hazard lights. So make sure to get that cable swapped over. It's now time to get this thing moved into the 4Runner, connect up our wiring harness, and test it out. Hopefully we have a good functioning radio. All right, now this part is gonna be pretty simple. It might look a little confusing to people, but all of these connectors are completely different, even though they look pretty similar. They're different sizes, different shapes, and even if they are very, very similar in their shape, they're keyed different, which means all these little indents you see on these little nubs, they're in different shapes, sizes, and different locations, so you cannot plug the wrong connector into the wrong spot on the vehicle. So don't worry about that part. Don't think you're gonna mess this up. It's literally impossible unless you force something and break something. But we need to just find the correct home for all of these white connectors to the factory white connectors. And then everything on this end is gonna plug into the backside of our radio. Once we have everything connected, we'll be able to put the radio in and do some testing.
Is it normal? Because there's like two in a, it's like, but yeah, that's
So once you find a home for all of these connectors to the factory radio wiring, it's now time to start taking all of your open ends and connecting them to the backside of the Dasaita radio. We have the Wi-Fi antenna on here. If you want to connect this to like your home router, or if you have your own hotspot in your car, you can have internet on the radio. It's gonna have another red cap here covering the second antenna, and that's for 4G. You can actually put a SIM card in this thing, which they provide the SIM card connector, but not the SIM card. You can have your own 4G hotspot built right into this system with its own SIM card. We're not gonna be connecting that. It has a GPS antenna connection, which if you're using the built-in GPS system for this radio, you will need that. If you're just gonna be using Waze, Google Maps, stuff like that off of your phone, you don't need that, so we're holding off on that. You're gonna have the antenna for the radio, the actual like FM, AM radio. We're gonna be connecting that. Most of these will be getting connected, but there are a couple things we are not connecting and holding off on, just based on preference. So when it comes to connecting these things, some things you might use, some things you might not. It all depends on what you wanna use with this radio. Definitely looks this. So we have everything connected, everything looks good, but to verify it, what we need to do is just kind of set the radio in here. We're gonna turn the vehicle on and see if everything powers up and functions as it should, and we'll know we did the right thing. I think it should. Oh yeah, it's right. Good? Watch your hand. It's matching all your factory blue stuff. It powered on and did just as it should. One thing I really like, just in my first initial impressions, all the blue backlighting here matches like the factory blue backlighting of the Toyota. Currently getting Nick's phone connector right now, and we can see that was very quick. I didn't even have a chance to explain to you guys before he can get it set up and running, but he is currently running Android Auto, correct? You have a Pixel? So he has the Google Pixel running on Android operating system, and he is running Android Auto here. He set it up in I think 5 seconds just from connecting this thing to Bluetooth. So it is very, very quick to set up. We're gonna slowly go through the radio and kind of cover all the main features that are important about this radio. So I know I already talked about how much I like the blue accent lighting matching on the factory. Now that we have it all buttoned up, everything is back to factory, or at least all the components that go to the radio are all back, and everything is back how it should be and how we started. This radio fits in the 5th Gen 4Runner really well. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Let me know in the comments below, but I think this screen upgrade, it doesn't look obnoxious. It doesn't look like it was kind of just put in there. It fits and looks like it was actually supposed to come like this from factory. So Dasaita is letting Toyota know what they should have did when they first came out with the 4Runner here. So the screen on this Dasaita radio is an OLED display. I don't know exactly what the factory one is, but you can already tell just from comparing what was pulled out of here and what is put in. The clarity and the crispness of this Dasaita radio is way different than what we took out of here, especially when we go and put the vehicle into reverse. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, and it's kind of hard to see too with the garage door closed, but from our perspective, the clarity of the backup camera is like 10 times better than what it looked like on the Toyota radio. The chip processor inside this radio, you have two different options for the CPU that's in here. They have a cheaper version that would be a 6GB RAM processor, and it comes with 64 gigs of memory built in, or you can opt for the upgraded radio like we have here. It is gonna have 8GB of RAM, which just means it's gonna work much smoother and faster when operating and loading all these apps. And it has 256 gigabytes of built-in memory, so you can download and you can save stuff to the radio without worrying about running out of space. If your phone's connected with Bluetooth and you have either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, it's automatically gonna connect. No more taking your phone out of your pocket, no more plugging the phone in. You're gonna have all of your app connectivity while the phone is sitting in your pocket. For all of the audio nerds out there, the amount of settings in here to fine-tune your audio is way beyond my experience. So if you know a lot about audio, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this radio. It has an equalizer in here that has multiple preset tunes, I guess, or you can make your own custom and customize all of this if you know what you're doing, because I definitely do not. You can set delays in here. This is something that's very new to me. I have never had to deal with this on a radio, but I don't know why you would want audio delayed to certain speakers. If someone knows why that would be necessary, you can let me know. There is a DTS in here, and just from what I vaguely know, it's like a digital sound processor. So it is taking the audio that is about to be played off the speakers, it is fine-tuning it, it is pretty much upgrading it, making it sound even better before you hear it coming out of your speakers. So it's just making your audio sound that much better. You have volume adjustments here, so you can actually change what's coming out of your speakers at a volume level, whether that's in the center of the vehicle, the front, the rear, or if you have a subwoofer, you can adjust and change all the audio levels. So say if you want your subwoofer only playing a little bit, but you want all the other speakers playing at a much higher volume, or vice versa, you want all the speakers playing lower, but you want that subwoofer bumping a lot more bass, this is where you can adjust the volume settings of each individual speaker zone in the vehicle. And then we also have frequency settings in here. This is another thing for the audio nerds that like to adjust and make fine-tune adjustments to both their high-pass and low-pass filters. It might take a little bit to get used to how this works if you're used to the Toyota factory radio, but the ease of use of this is very simple. It does have built-in GPS, which that is pretty cool. Not anything you have to pay for. You might have to pay for upgrades, but this has its own built-in GPS system, so you can use that, or if you have the phone connected, you can also be using your Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever you use on your phone. That'll work as well, but anytime I press any buttons on here, we go to another screen, everything is nice and simple. It has very smooth transitions. When it comes to using the touchscreen features, it is all just very simple and smooth, like I'm just touching a tablet or a cell phone. I've used radios in the past that have touchscreens, and they're usually very different feeling than a cell phone. It's really hard to press, or if you swipe, it's a really delayed effect. Here, as you can see, everything is just very simple and smooth to control. Another thing that this radio has, there are multiple apps already pre-installed on here, and you can take your time going through and figuring all this out. We have some more vehicle settings. Actually, my bad, this isn't settings, this is showing you have like fuel mileage, is tracking specifics that it's pulling from the actual vehicle's ECU. But you have the Waze app, you have Instagram, YouTube, there's Hulu on here, Netflix. I believe I covered almost every feature of this radio. If there is anything I missed, be sure to drop a comment down below if there's anything you want to know about this radio and I did not feature it in the video. I will be sure to reply to your comment. I will get back to you either with a comment response, or if I get enough questions about one specific issue or a feature I did not cover, I will make a follow-up video and get you guys that coverage. All right, guys, that is gonna go ahead and do it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor, drop a thumbs up down below. It helps this video be more successful to get seen by people just like yourself. Thank you guys for sticking around all the way to the end. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you on my next video.